Today I'm replacing this cable on my C3 Corvette. This is a 1973. This cable here is called the lockout cable with clips. And what it does is when you put the car in reverse, this cable either pushes or pulls and it turns a lever on the steering column. So when you turn the key off, the steering column gets locked and then this cable can't move anymore and you can't pull the car out of reverse. It was an attempt to make the cars harder to steal. You couldn't, without a key, just slip it into neutral and maybe roll it onto a trailer or something. Anyway, mine got kinked, so I've bought another one and I'm going to replace it here. This one came with the clips, so that's pretty nice. Let's go. You're watching On the Mark with Mark. This has a part number on it, but I don't know. I think this is probably a supplier part number. It says LC100, and this cable is supposed to work on a 69 through a 76 Corvette, so that sounds likely. Mine's a 73, kind of right in the middle, so it ought to work. We'll take the old one off and we'll put this one on. From the top, now we're going in here. I think I have this lit up pretty well. You can see the upper connection point for the cable is right here. And this is actually the bar that comes out of the steering column. I have the battery's disconnected right now and the key is just in the unlocked position. So I can move this from here. Okay, it doesn't move easy. But anyway, that makes it a little easier to get this out of the way. Now we've got this unique clip here. It's not a cotter pin. But anyway, and then down here, let me get in there closer. Down here, I substituted this, it's kind of a snap ring. Anyway, that held it in place, but I have the correct clip for this now. I believe it's called a Mickey Mouse clip. So I'll get the pliers and I'll remove this pin here and then we'll take that out. And then this can slide off of this little rod here and then this will go out the bracket. Oh, there went the washer. There we go. I don't really care where that went because I'm not going to be reusing it. Now up here, I should be able to get on this. That's good. And oh, going down through there we go. All right, come on now. All right. Gotta use my bare hands. Okay, gloved hand. You can go right down through there. There we go. Okay, it's out of this end. We're gonna have to get underneath this car, so we're gonna lift it up. We'll take the old one off and we'll put this one on. Now from underneath, I hope your car is cleaner than mine. I'm gonna follow that cable and it's kind of hard to see. In fact, I lose it a little bit right here, but that's okay. Right up there. See, that's where the kink happened. So that's the reverse lever right there. And that little rod is going to this little cover here, which is covering my reverse switch and hopefully insulating it from this exhaust pipe here. But anyway, back up here, we don't really care where that goes up above there, although I believe there is a clip Yeah, there's a clip right there that we want to get it hooked into. Not that wire. Of course, it's going to focus on the wrong thing. Anyway, we're going to unhook it from this end, and then we can just pull it through. I doubt you can really see much, but I'm going to use the thimble principle here. I've got this socket that fits on my finger. I use a 9/16, and I'm going to try to push that pin off from the back side. Don't ask me how I'm going to get it back on again. Anyway, I can feel it. It's sharp. I might be able to. Maybe I unbolt it from the transmission. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I took this spring off. Same kind of clip. So let's see, there's a washer coming off there too. Saving the washer. Okay, now that's off. All right, now I think I can get to it. I should be able to just pull this through. Should. That's the term right there. Oh, no. No. No, there's another clip in there. There's another clip right up there. Right. Okay, I got both of those clips off of the thing. Now I believe it'll slide out of there. Slide, it'll move, it'll do something. Is it moving? Is it moving? Come on. It's definitely out of the bracket. Okay. Boom. Bada boom. Oh, see? Simple. Okay, there it is. It's out. Okay, here it is, out of the car. Now, let me tell you the story on this. When I bought this car, it didn't have this cable at all. And I was looking around underneath, and I saw that little lever on the steering column, and I noticed that it didn't matter what gear you left the thing is, and I thought that it ought to have some kind of mechanism there. And I was looking through one of my assembly manuals, and I saw this cable, or maybe I was looking in a parts catalog, and it dawned on me that I was missing a part. So I ordered this thing, and this one came kind of bare, or maybe it came with two of the clips, although these look pretty old. I don't know. But anyway, these are the ones that go on these ends. But where this end slides into the hole and then gets captured, I didn't even know about these kind of clips. So I had no idea what was supposed to hold that in. So what I did was I found these guys here. So if you're putting one of these together, or maybe the Mickey Mouse clips snapped off or took off, you can, in a pinch, you know, these, I don't know if you're going to find these in a parts store or not. Probably, who knows. But anyway, these will work. Now, for this one that was underneath, I actually had it doubled up. But the one on the steering column end, it went flying somewhere, and I think there was only one. Unless, no, I had to take two off. I have compared these, and look at, they're quite a bit different. I wonder which one is closer to the original equipment manufacturer, original equipment manufacturers. Anyway, this looks like it would probably gonna rust, or I don't know. It looks like it could be stainless steel. I kind of doubt it. But anyway, the other one was had a plastic housing on it. They are, let's double check that. Yeah, they're the same length. or at least within a half an inch. And then there's that right there. Now, the reason this happened was, if you've been watching my channel, you know I replaced the steering column in this car. And while I had this mechanism, which is attached to the plate on the bottom side, just where the steering column comes through the firewall, I had that disconnect and it was just hanging. And I was inside the car and I don't know, maybe I was playing vroom vroom or something. But anyway, I was moving the gear shift lever around. Well, the other end of this wasn't attached to anything. I don't know why that would make a difference. Maybe this had gotten, you know, this ran into something. I'm not sure. But anyway, during that period, this got pushed and it didn't want to go through. You know, it operates, you know, except for where that bend is, it operates just fine. And it's a heavy cable. I mean, it's meant to be able to be pushed, but I mean, yeah, that's all the way out. As long as you're pushing straight, you know, if you tried to push like that. Anyway, that's what happened on this end. It got kinked, which is kind of a shame because this certainly wasn't wore out. I never saw the original one. So now I have this one, and I'm going to start on the difficult end. Looks like, no, this end is different. Shoot. Okay, these were identical. See that? Well, that one is a little bit wider there. Not much. I don't think that would make a difference. Okay, well, I know. This is the end that was down by the transmission. So let's look at that. Looks like it would work. Let's look at this. Looks like it would work. There's a little difference there. I'll have to think about it. The reason that is there is because there's this little rubber cover right there. Goes on like that. Now, my thinking is that that goes on the end with the steering column so that if spray from the road is getting in here, it's not going down this cable. And in fact, there would be a room for water to just, you know, a place for water to collect there. So that's my belief there. So we're going to hook that end up to the transmission first, and then we'll connect this to the easy side, the steering column. The first thing I'm going to do is feed this thing through the hole up there in that bracket, which means it's got to come from back here. And sorry if I'm blocking your view. There we go. Got it right through. Okay, we're going to try feeding it through. There you go. There you go. You're almost there. Almost. Come on. You can. There we go. We got her. Okay, boy, that is a tight fit. All right, and we're still in good shape there. Okay, now what did I do with my Mickey Mouse clips? Shoot. Okay, so I got a hold of the thing. Now I'm going to try to slide it on there, which I'm sure is easier said than done. Okay, I've got the Mickey Mouse clip on. The cable's going through the hole. It's clipped into place. Now I'm going to attach the end of the cable. It's right here. Here's where that cable's going to hook onto. And then it's going to get held on by this kind of a clip. Okay, I got it back together here. Now what I ended up doing is I had to take the reverse lever completely off of the transmission. That includes the linkage. I had to take the small linkage that goes to the reverse light switch and the bolt that hooks it onto the transmission itself. And with the linkage completely separate, then I could manipulate it around in such ways that I could actually see what I was doing. And I got that clip on it up there, and then I reattached everything else. Not easy, but this end is done. This was the hard end. Gosh. That's how easy those are supposed to go on. Boy, it sure wasn't that way underneath. There we go. Okay. This type of clip here actually puts a little pressure that direction and really takes any play out of this that there might have been. That seems a little loose, but I don't think it's going to come out. And I've got the water guard, that little grommet right there on the top. So that's good. That takes care of this installation. And as always, no job is ever as easy as it first appears. But here's another one I can check off the list. Let's check out the reverse lever and see if it's actually working. Okay, so here it is. Now, I put it in reverse, keys off, steering column is locked. So now with the steering column locked, I won't be able to pull this out of reverse. That's what that cable does. So this is all working properly now. Another one done. Thanks for watching my video on how I replaced the lockout cable for the transmission here. Mine is a manual transmission, but there's an identical cable to it on the automatic transmission. The only difference is it's when you put the car in park that the transmission then gets locked in park by the steering column being locked when the key is turned off. Same thing, they both lock. So if you have an automatic transmission, it's a very similar job. I imagine the mechanism under there is probably a little bit different than the manual transmission there. This was not as easy as I thought it would be, but what are you gonna do? You know, you get these things done. I did this in one night after work. It was harder than I thought it would be, but you know, you can get through these things. If you thought this video had something in it that you hadn't seen before, or you're thinking about adding this cable, I think a lot of people just took them out because it can be a nuisance like the one I had with the kink in it there. I mean, you wouldn't be able to turn the key all the way off, so probably disconnect it. But anyway, I think it's pretty neat to have all the little features that Chevrolet incorporated into the car actually operational on it. So I wanted mine to be functional. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, there's going to be more Corvette videos coming. I got a couple of neat ideas, plus I'm going to be working on the Ride Tech suspension some more too. So we're going to be finishing that thing up. And I know I said it last year, but this thing is going to be on the road this year. Yeah, I know. Stop your laughing. It's going to be on the road this year. So Please like and subscribe. That really helps me out. I've gone over 800 subscribers now, which is just fantastic. I want you to know that I appreciate every one of you who has taken the time to subscribe and hit that like button. Maybe hit the bell for notification. Thanks for watching. Good. Do you have to be up there? Oh, up there. Yeah, that's better.